Is Lorelia. Today, I am coming to you with a follow-up testimonial from a client of mine named Tangela. When you first met Tangela, she was someone that I had worked with who had decided to work with me so she can leverage some of the strategies that I teach people in terms of leveraging business credit to invest in real estate. And so in our first video, that we did, the testimonial video, Tangela shared with you her satisfaction with working together. And now we're doing a part two. And in this video, she is going to share with you some of the results that she has gotten with using the funding. And she'll go into her purchases. You may have seen where I shared on social media that she was able to acquire 2 properties. So just want people to know that it is a real person. I'll introduce you to Tangela. So how are you doing today, Tangela?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing great. So Tangela, as I mentioned, first video that we did, you talked about you getting the funding. And
Yes.
so can you share with the listening audience what was the results of you getting the funding in terms of, did you purchase anything or what happened? And it's up to you what details you want to add.
Yes, I was able to get the funding expeditiously. As Ms. Lorelia always says, getting the funding is easy. The rest of it, it takes work. So I am in quote unquote the work mode. Ms. Lorelia has been actually coaching me monthly and even throughout the month. If I have any questions, she's readily accessible. I was able to close in December last month on not one property, personal credit. And with that being said, one of the properties that I did obtain is already producing income. I already have a tenant in the property. My process now is rehabbing the other property that was sold to me as is. I have a contractor in. I have property, let's say about 65% finished. Our goal date was 25th, but we had to push it back because we had some unforeseen weather here. And the process for closing with a cash deal was seamless. I felt empowered because I was able to actually say, this is what I want to offer. This is what I feel that I can do at this point. The seller was agreeable to everything because I had CASH. Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. I've closed on several properties before, and it feels like you are at the mercy of the other person, the lender. But the lender was asking me, the closing title company was asking me questions: how, when, where. It's up to you, ma'am. And that was significant to me because I've never been in that place of where I felt in control, for lack of a better word. This has brought my self-esteem to another level. I'm able to go to the bank, as I did today, and speak to a loan officer because with the BIRD method, you have to get the money to start all over again. It's like a rinse and repeat. So I did an interview with a loan officer. My second step is to go to another lender. So I'm going in with a property already paid for.
Exactly.
When I sat down today, the lender actually reared back, like, really? You owe no mortgage? No, ma'am, I have no mortgage.
Exactly.
So the whole conversation switched.
Exactly.
I was the one asking all the questions. She was like, oh, wait a minute, let me find this out. Let me find this out. So the tools that are given to me, I was able to utilize them. And it was such a great feeling to go in and say, I have no mortgage. I'm free and clear. So now it's like, well, let's find you the lowest rate.
Boss.
And I ran into a little situation where they offered me 1.9 at 6 months on a refi. So I said, I'm still going to do my homework because you might be able to do it for me for 10 years. You never know. So
and don't share all the details.
I'm now just
they can't get all the juice.
But I am now at the point where I'm almost ready to get that tenant in and start all over. So it's a process. I was skeptical at first, but now it has been proven to me that this method, amongst other things that you can do, but this method for me worked because I came in without all the capital that I needed, and I knew what I wanted to do. I had an end goal, and I'm at almost the end of the race. I can see myself being a real estate investor.
Exactly. Now, the question that, or should I say, I would say the question. Now, one may think, or the mindset, should I say, more so the mindset. Now, a person may say, well, you know what? Once you get the funding, how hard could it be? Because people think it's the funding is the hard piece. But if I ask you, Tangela, what would you say was more beneficial, the strategy or you just getting the lump sum of money like you did in 2021?
The strategy helped me the most. The funding was easy. I can't explain how easy that part was. It's the strategy. I had to come in with a mindset. And once with the mentoring and the mindset started to shift, I was able to make power moves, not a move, power moves, because I had what I needed. I had the tools. All I needed to do was execute.
Exactly. And how did that make you feel knowing that I was able to guide you through the process?
Oh my God, my confidence went from maybe 10 to 200 because not only did I have the tools, I had you backing me up, but I also had the material things that I needed. So it wasn't like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Everything was in place. I was set up for success, not failure.
Exactly. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You're hearing from Tangela. Everybody is like, I want to hear from the lady that got the 2 properties. So there you have it. Because a lot of people think that this is not real. It can't happen. And so I'm wanting to tell people is that, a lot of people just don't understand how to put the strategy together. Because as Tangela mentioned to you, the funding piece is the easy part. It's just putting it all together. So Tangela, if somebody sit on the sidelines, wondering if, this is something that they should do, if they should work with me, what recommendation would you give them?
100%. I was skeptical at first.
Yeah, they mostly are.
And it was a leap of faith. It was something in me said, do it, just do it. Yeah. I could not lose at this point because I've done so many other programs that have not been successful. Business credit things here and there. I did a net 30. I've done all of that. And I had no results. I have results now.
Yeah. And you know what? Just so to clear the thing, clear everything up in terms of skepticism. Did the skepticism really come from what is being promoted in the industry, or just, or just you just not being comfortable with, I'm not sure if it happened, because you just mentioned something like the net 30s. And would you say that that's where a lot of the skepticism came from? Because you're like, wait, I did all that other business credit stuff. What makes this different? Can you
Yes,
speak to that?
yes. It, it did make me feel leery because I've already spent time or spent money trying to do all of these things, YouTubing, Facebooking, all of that. And I even took an online class that we can get you 25,000. I never got it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's always it. When they get
And
to
I
the
was
money.
like, I need more than 25,000 anyway.
Exactly.
It
Mhm.
was not a great program for me. I
Exactly.
can truly say I took this leap of faith, and it is a proven method. You're looking at someone that had nothing, had the idea, had a lot of book knowledge, but did not know how to execute. Miss Lorelia helped me put that execution into a plan that has now become a reality.
Great. Thank you so much, Tangela. So if you're someone who is looking to learn how I can help you to put together a six-figure funding entity so you can be able to leverage to invest in real estate, just go to www.helpmegetbizcredit.com. Thank you.